Welcome back to Trains and Toys with Papa Joe. Last video's train trivia is created continuous welded rail. This video's train trivia: how much freight cargo worldwide is transported by train? Stay tuned to the next video for the answer. Hello again. So this is going to be a short little video, short clip, start of the next video. I've gotten all the water bottles taken off, the glue is set overnight, gotten all the pins taken out, everything is firmly in place. But some of the bottle labels stuck to the glue, peeled off a little bit, not a big deal because I need to sand this down anyway, make sure it's nice and smooth for when we go to lay track. The edges here, some of them are a little bit smoother than others, some are very rough and they need to be beveled and sanded. So instead of buying a sanding block, I took 2 pieces of sticky Velcro tape and just threw it on this piece of wood. I have a bunch of these for my sander, so I figured it would be nice and easy. So you want to look for and feel some imperfections, see where they're at. Kind of like right there, there's a bunch of glue, a little label. Make sure that's nice and smooth, and thankfully I got it all the way to the edge here. Might need to make a different one, but kind of come along at an angle, I guess. Bevel those off a little bit. Sure that there's no big bumps and elevation change across this switch area. So that when I do go to lay down the switch, it's nice and level. Probably move that camera frame right now. Not bad at all. I am definitely not going to bore you with what will probably be several hours of sanding this before I even get to gluing the rest of it down. Okay, so I had a bunch of cork roadbed laying to do, and I actually recorded several hours of it. I am not going to bore you people, so I sped this up to like 400 times speed and then chopped it up to like 3 minutes. The rest of the video is actually going to be showing you how I get the risers in place. I did cut out a lot of video that I took this week. It's very dry content, so there was no reason to have a super long video of me doing repetitive things for you to watch. The video does have some good information in it. Please follow along. Please comment, like, subscribe. Give me, constructive criticism, things that maybe I should be doing different if you're more experienced than I am. Again, this channel is for beginners by a beginner. I'm still learning as I go. I've already changed a lot of things. You can see the rail yard there that I have mocked up, and I'm going to completely take that out. Thankfully, I didn't glue any of that cork road bed down, but that'll be a project for later on. Please enjoy the video. Let me know how you like it, and have a great day. Okay, well, I had to bring the laptop into the train room because I have to transfer some measurements. And I changed the measurements since I printed out the track plan. So I'm going to look at it here on my laptop. So what you're looking at is a computer program called AnyRail 7. And lets you use real track and lay everything out in the computer, or do everything in the computer, really. Well, not really, but a good portion. So there's my entire layout. I currently have roads turned off. Let me turn those on, and buildings turned off. That's as far as I've got. So, but the elevated section from here all the way up has new measurements. So I need to zoom in and find these measurements and then transfer them to the bench work. So I know, let's see, so looks like 1 5/16. There we go. And that is right on a junction node. So I need to then look at the paper that's here. Okay. And then it's actually right behind the laptop, so that's okay. 1 5/16. Then I'm going to scroll along here and find the next measurement, which I believe is the beginning of the bridge. And it says 2 9/16. So I'm going to go over there and mark that, because my next project is to go out to my garage where my woodworking stuff is at and go ahead and cut risers today. All of the risers, so I can figure out how I want to get them in place. And then after that, I will have to go back and cut different sections of plywood to put on the risers so that I can actually get this elevation up to where it belongs. Alright, as you can see, I have a couple of tools out and a nice little stack of wood cut up. These are going to be my risers. I've written on them the height that they're going to be at, and that's where I'll place the plywood. And they're each a little bit taller than the last one, depending on where along the line they go. But before I do all of that, this has got to get down to the wood. Got all my math and measurements done. Get that piece of paper out of the way. Really don't need that either. I don't know how well this is going to record, but I need to remove this 2 inches of foam. And it's all glued down, so we're back out here with the hot wire foam cutter. I'm using the straight tool at the moment because I want to cut my edges. I do have another tool behind me that I'll show you here in a few moments. But first, we're going to try and go all the way down to the wood. Come over. hoping I'm all the way down to the plywood underneath. Hoping. We'll find out here in a minute. Yeah, that's good enough on that side. Down there on this side. And the reason I'm using that score line is because it's already through the paint and it's already 2 inches wide. So no need to remeasure any of this out. And once I've scored these, go ahead and get that cross cut done. Bending the heck out of that thing, I need to be a little bit more careful. So I'm going to turn this one off. And we are going to disconnect it for now. Because I want to use the other tool and see how it does. Where did I put it? Now, right there. So like I said, when I got this foam cutting toolkit from Foam Factory, Hot Wire Foam Factory. It came with several. See, that's going to be a little too wide. So I think I need to bend my wire, make sure that it is 2 inches wide. No more than the 2 inches. So I'm going to form it the way I want to form it. Yep, that looks about right. So it comes with several tools. A really big one, the single, comes with a wood burning tool, and then it comes with this one where you can bend to whatever shape you want to bend. And it's just a wire that goes around. And it's replaceable. It came with several replacements that if I break this or kill it somehow, I can replace it without any problems. So we're going to see how well this does. And give that a moment to heat up. Alright. Now we're going to send it down as best we can. There it goes. I'm going to say that was stuck on the wood down there. Might have to do that a couple of times. If this doesn't work, well, it's going to. It just might take longer than I want it to. There we go. That's what I was hoping would happen. Kind of, but not really. But it does give me what I need. And honestly, now that I've done that section, I don't think I need to go that deep in the rest of them. There we go. So right here I've marked where this 2 3/4 inch block goes. So it's literally got to go in there. As you can tell, it's a little too big. Go ahead and turn that foam wire back on. Where's my pencil? So I don't want it any closer to that track over there. So we're gonna mark this out. Now, one thing that I have listened to from other people that have a lot more experience than I do is they tell you not to use ink. I have carpenter pencils that come in different colors, so that when you go to glue other things down and you use, say, alcohol, what we call wet water, it's alcohol, water, and a little bit of dish detergent to break the water tension when you're doing like ballast for your track. You're going to spritz that down first so that everything's nice and damp, and then you're going to add your diluted white glue out of either a pipette or a dropper, which that video will eventually come down the road. But that wet water with the alcohol in it, if I had done that in marker, will actually bleed that ink color up into your ballast and other things that you happen to be gluing. See a little cut there. Blammo. Now I'm a little curious. And of course I can't reach things while I'm up here. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's the 2-inch way. That. Should be right there because it's supposed to be where that joint's at. So basically the plywood's going to come along and it's going to go up at an angle. Alright, so I'm going to do the second one. Then I'm going to turn off the camera so I can turn my music on and enjoy my music while I'm in here. This is my Zen space. And kind of can't do that doing videos. People yell at you when you upload music that's copyrighted. Hopefully this ends up well. Looks like it has. Nope, maybe. There we go. All right. That worked out well. And right in we go. Beautiful. So now I got, I don't know, about a dozen more of these to do. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exactly a dozen more to do. And after that, I got to cut out the plywood, 2-inch width. That'll go to where they need to go. And we'll have our elevations set. And granted, the bridge is going to connect to here, so this will end up being my abutment. But on that back side, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, because that's awfully close. But it has to be to support the end of the bridge. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Alright, well, let me go ahead and get some of this taken care of since I am home today. And I will talk to y'all later. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this week's video. Next week, you'll see the elevated sections most likely completed, and I should go through that a little bit more thoroughly than I have this, but it not exactly exciting content. Here's my finished pictures, all my risers in place. It was a definite learning experience figuring this out. And then on to hopefully starting to lay track and building mountain scenery after that. Y'all have a wonderful week and enjoy yourselves.